Thanks for stopping by Shaping Your World with Sha. I'm Sha, and on this channel, I talk about lifestyle-related topics. Today's topic, as you can see from the title, are my February favorites. And as always, I have my notes here, so please forgive me if you see me looking down. I have 5 favorites for the month of February and 1 fail. My 5 favorites are broken down into 3 categories. They're going to be fitness, fragrance, and groceries. So jumping right in, my first favorite is not a product, but actually an experience. And that would be, I signed up to take fitness classes once a week. And they're very small classes. There are only 3 of us in the class. And on any given day, only 2 of us are really there. And in fact, last week, I was the only one there. So it was like having personal training. It was great. And I love how I feel after class. I love how it's helping me to think better. It's helping me to sleep better. And so I've really been enjoying throughout the month of February taking weekly fitness classes. Prior to signing up for the weekly fitness classes, I do normally work out at home, but I just wanted to take my fitness up a notch. And personal training can be very pricey. It can run anywhere around $100, $125 an hour. So I found that a group fitness class was a more affordable option and works better for my lifestyle. It's like less than 5 minutes from my house, and the classes are held at lunchtime, so it's very easy for me to just run over there. The class that I'm in meets on Fridays only. It's a cardio and core class, and it meets for 1 hour, and I'm really been enjoying that class. So that's my first February favorite, is the experience of joining a fitness class. And that leads right into my second February favorite, which is this 8-pound weight. And this, I picked up this I picked up 2, but I'm only showing 1 right now, obviously. And I picked up 2 of them from Target. They're from the brand All in Motion. They were $13.99 each, so not that cheap, but not that expensive either. I know obviously you can find weights on Amazon. I kind of like the All in Motion brand that's carried at Target, so I went with them. But most certainly, if you're in the market to pick up weights, or to purchase weights, I should say, there are plenty of options on Amazon that will ship straight to your house, so you don't have to worry about having to carry them home. But in particular, why the 8-pound weights makes my February favorites list is because prior to purchasing these weights, I was using 5-pound weights for my cardio. And I like to do, not every day, because you want to give your body a break in between, but I like to do some days a week. I like to do cardio that incorporates weights. And I found that because I've kind of been exercising on a regular basis pretty consistently now, the 5-pound weights were not offering me enough resistance. I wanted something a little heavier, and the next size that I had were 12-pound weights, and 12-pound weights are way too heavy for cardio. Obviously they'll do fine for if you're strictly doing weight training, but when it comes to cardio and specifically with multiple reps, you don't want to have something so heavy. So the 8-pound weights come in at a really good level for keeping up with my reps during my cardio workouts. So that's why the 8-pound weights make my February favorites list and round out the fitness category. Moving right into fragrance, because you know me, I love fragrance. I'm a fragrance girl. Back in my December favorites video, I talked extensively about a brand called Clean Reserve, and specifically their fragrance Radiant Nectar. At the time, Clean Reserve was a new brand to me. So what I did was I picked up their perfume discovery set, and it contains 8 of their fragrances. And I'm not going to go into the notes of each fragrance, but I will let you know that this set contains their fragrances called Warm Cotton, Rain, Skin, Aqua Neroli, Cell Santal, Solar Bloom, Radiant Nectar, and Lush Fleur. So you get to try out 8 of their fragrances. Obviously, I already own the full size of the Radiant Nectar, but because I love that particular fragrance so much, I really wanted to sample some of their other fragrances. And they do have other fragrances besides these 8. So that's why I wanted to name these out specifically, because they do have different sample size sets. This is only one of their sets that they offer, but they offer other sets that may have other fragrances. They may have some of these, or they might not have any of these at all. So I wanted to definitely name out the 8 fragrances that are contained in this specific set. And again, this is their the Clean Reserve Perfume Discovery set, and this retails for $24.99 at Sephora. I was very pleasantly surprised. I really, really enjoyed the Warm Cotton, the Rain, and the Skin. I think so far, besides the Radiant Nectar, those are my favorites. I also really like the Aqua Neroli and the Cell Santal. And I think I mentioned the Cell Santal in my date night fragrances. I'm not sure, I don't remember. But in any event, I've been playing with these fragrances, and in playing with the Cell Santal, I really loved it when I first smelled it, like the first time I wore it. But then other days, I find it doesn't wow me the way the Radiant Nectar does. But the first 3 fragrances in the set, which are Warm Cotton, Rain, and Skin, those anytime I put them on, I still get that same wow feeling. I really like those. So between those 3 fragrances, I might consider picking up a full size in the future. So again, that was the Clean Reserve, and this specifically is their Perfume Discovery set, which contains 8 of their fragrances. The second item that I was enjoying throughout the month of February was I had received this sample of Theory Mugler's Angel Nova. And this specifically is an EDT. It also comes in an eau de parfum. And oh my goodness, this is a beautiful scent. I definitely am going to be ordering a full size. In fact, I tried to order a full size, but they're all sold out on Sephora. Yes, you can purchase this fragrance on the Mugler website directly. I'd rather use Sephora for a number of reasons, and one of them being that I'm pretty sure they're going to be having a sale probably in April. I'm not 100% sure, because as I always mention, I don't have any ties to Sephora. You know, these videos that I make are not sponsored, but I do believe I've heard some chatter, because I watch a lot of the fragrance channels here on YouTube, and a lot of the girls have been hinting that the sale should be coming up in April. But even with the sale coming up in April, I still had wanted to pick up at least a travel size of this, because I really have been enjoying this, but it was sold out. All the sizes are sold out on Sephora's website at the moment. So I'm hoping that when they have their spring sale in April, I'm going to really try to get my hands on a full-size bottle of this fragrance. So this fragrance is in the fruity, floral, woody category, and it opens up with raspberry and lychee notes. The middle is textured damask rose, and then the base is okay, work with me here, I'm going to try to pronounce this. The base is Akigala wood, and benzoin. So I looked up Akigala wood because I never heard of that before. And Akigala wood is described as being made from patchouli essential oil. And I also looked up benzoin. I was more familiar with benzoin. I've seen it in a lot of different fragrances, but I didn't really know much about it, so I looked it up as well, and it was described as having a vanilla scent, or like a caramelly warm fragrance, and it was described as bringing a warm rounded base to fragrances. So when I read that, I said, yeah, that makes sense. The fragrances, the notes in this fragrance, They marry very well together. I especially love that opening with the raspberry and the lychee. And I didn't realize I was a rose girl. In the past, I haven't been that keen on rose scents, but I think that as I'm getting older, I'm really enjoying rose. And so it didn't surprise me to see that the middle note was a textured damask rose. I have recently ordered a travel size of Nest. Nest perfume oil has a rose. The exact name is escaping me at the moment, but the Nest, if you're familiar with the Nest perfume oils, they have a rose. They also have a vanilla, which I own, and I really like the vanilla, so it really led me to want to try out the rose. So I ordered a sample size, so you may see that fragrance hit my March favorites list next month. But in any event, for this month, my two fragrances that I've been enjoying the month of February are the Clean Reserve Perfume Discovery Set and this Mugler Angel Nova. This I had received as a sample. I think at the time that I purchased this, I think I've talked about this before. If you're not already familiar, if you order from Sephora online, every order is subject to receive 2 free samples. So I had chosen this Angel Nova by Mugler as one of my free samples, and I wasn't sure. I haven't really been the biggest fan of Mugler fragrances in the past. I found them to be a little too strong for me. A lot of them give me headaches, but this one wasn't too bad. It gave me a little bit of a headache, and what I realized is as long as I don't spray it on my neck, if I just like put it on my wrist or post points, I can avoid the headache that way. And even with the headache, I just love this fragrance. So I know I sound a little crazy, but it's such a pretty fragrance that I will be getting a big size of this, but I'll avoid spraying it on my neck or close to my nose. And so the last category is groceries, and my 5th favorite of the month is this Trader Joe's Green Goddess seasoning blend. And this seasoning blend contains dried onion, salt, pepper, dried chives, spinach powder, lemon juice powder, dried parsley, and safflower oil. And this is, I have been enjoying this so much. On Trader Joe's website, well, obviously I picked it up in store, but it retails for, what does it retail for? I think $2.49 if I'm not mistaken. I believe this goes for $2.49. And on their website, it says that it's good for seasoning meats, seasoning vegetables, and also it says it's good for sprinkling on garlic bread. And yeah, all that is good. I have been using it for all those things. But what I also really like to do is, I'm someone that likes to, when I make rice, I like to toast the rice in seasonings before I do the regular boiling process. Do any of you do that? I forget where I got that idea from. Probably the Food Network or something. But if you don't already toast your rice before you boil it, I recommend trying it. To me, it's a game changer. And by toasting your rice, what I mean is take your whatever pot you're gonna make your rice in, put a little oil, or if you want to use butter instead of oil, that's up to you. I use extra virgin olive oil, and I'll sprinkle some seasoning in the oil. I'll let the seasoning toast up a little bit first, and that just helps the seasonings to release their flavors into the oil. Then I take my rice, I put the dry rice into the seasonings and oil in the pot, and I just let that toast up a little bit. I stir it continuously because you don't want your rice to stick or burn to the bottom of the pot. Just give it a stir and let it sit, depending on how high your fire is, depending on how much oil you've used. These things are obviously factors that are going to determine how long you're going to let the rice sit in the pot, but you just want it to get toasted. You don't want, obviously, you're not cooking the rice. You're just letting the rice marry together with the oil and the seasonings. And you'll know it's ready once you start to smell it. It'll have, you know, whatever seasonings you've used, you should be able to smell them emanating from the pot. And then add your water, put the lid on. I've found that I go with the 2-to-1 ratio, one cup of dry rice to 2 cups of water. And so I'll do the 1 cup of rice, let it toast up, add the 2 cups of water, put a lid on it, let it cook for 16 to 18 minutes. It comes out perfect every time. But what I've really been loving is the addition of this Green Goddess seasoning. And like I said, I've been using it for a myriad of things, meats, vegetables, so on and so forth. But what I have found is that it has really been great with toasting up my rice. Prior to me finding this Green Goddess seasoning, I was using, Trader Joe's has a, I think they call it an Italian sofrito seasoning blend. I'm not sure if I've talked about it on this channel before, but they have Trader Joe's has an Italian sofrito seasoning blend. And when I'm not using the Green Goddess seasoning blend, I'm using that to toast up my rice when I cook it. And either one is great. They're just great. But I don't know. When I saw this, I was very intrigued because I really like if you've ever tried Panera Bread, I love their Green Goddess salad, specifically the Green Goddess dressing that they use. So when I saw this at Trader Joe's, I wondered if it would kind of remind me of that. And it doesn't necessarily remind me of that, but it turned out to be a really good product on its own, and it does a good job of seasoning up whatever you put it on. So this Trader Joe's Green Goddess seasoning blend is my 5th February favorite. So those are my 5 favorites, just the 5. But I did want to talk about a fail. Back in my fitness reset video that I did back in January, I mentioned that I was going to try out this Nespresso Vivita coffee. And specifically, I was interested in trying it out because it has vitamin B12. Excuse me. And I was very curious to see if I would feel any, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe B12 is supposed to give you energy. I didn't find that, you know, I was energized any more by drinking this than I would be by not drinking it. What I did find is that I didn't really care for the taste of it. So I definitely wanted to come back and let you guys know that I wasn't a fan since I had mentioned that I was going to try it out. When I made that video, I had literally just gotten these in the mail. So I hadn't even tasted them yet when I did that fitness video. But I've had ample time from January to now. I finished this box. I think I had gotten 2 or maybe 3 boxes, and I drank them. They were okay. I wouldn't repurchase them. I just wasn't a fan. But let me know in the comments below, have you tried the Vivita? Do you like it? Maybe I just need to use a different creamer with it. But generally, a lot of the coffees that I get from them, I really do like them. I do tend to add Nespresso coffees to these favorites videos, so I didn't add the one that I'm using now is their Intenso, and I didn't put it on the list because I figured you guys might be tired of me adding the Nespressos to my favorites. But I did want to come back and, you know, just let you know that I was not necessarily the biggest fan of the Vivita. So you know, I just wanted to circle back on that and let you guys know my thoughts. But definitely let me know your thoughts. Have you tried the Vivita? Do you like it? Have you tried the Green Goddess seasoning blend? Do you love it as much as I love it? And obviously the fragrances, you know, let's talk about the fragrances. I can talk about fragrances all day. I love fragrances. In fact, my fragrance of today was the Guess signature fragrance. I know that's taking it way, 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 way back. But what's your scent of the day? And as always, let me know what things were you enjoying throughout the month of February. And until next time, make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Share this video with someone that you think might be interested, and do definitely consider subscribing to the channel and turning on that notification bell. Until next time, bye-bye.